Here's the lineup for the third street stock heat. Starting on the pole will be the number 5. We don't have a driver listed for that car. Second will be the number 42 of Ken Klinger. Third will be the 7H of John Herr Jr. Fourth will be the 56 of Chris Kaiser. Fifth, the 67 of Mike Killian. Sixth, the 157 of Andy Fayash. Seventh, the 107 of Joe Sirokach. Eighth will be the 21 of Kirby Seitz. Ninth will be the 12 of Terry Fetterman. 10th, the 454, your opening day feature winner, Mike Radoka. And 11th will be the number 3 of Tom Snyder. The green flag was thrown, but Ken Klinger having some problems as he came through turn number 4, so we'll have a complete restart. Ken Klinger moves his car to the infield. The number 5 is your leader. He's followed by John Herr. The green flag is out. And John Herr in the 7H moves out into the lead from his outside starting position. The number 5 is second. Mike Killian in the number 67. Andy Fayash trying to make a move on the inside, but he has some problems going through turn number 2, and he'll fall to the rear of the pack. Mike Killian in the 67 moving up, also the 21 of Kirby Seitz. Then it's the 56 of Kaiser, the 107 of Sirokach, the 454 of Radoka, and the 12 of Terry Fetterman. John Herr opening up a nice lead as he goes down the back straight. Mike Killian in the 67 moves into second, but Killian smoking badly as he goes through turns 3 and 4. It's John Herr Jr. completing lap number 2. Then it's Killian, Seitz, the number 5, the 107 of Sirokach, the 454 of Radoka, the 3 of Tom Snyder. Then it's the 12 of Terry Fetterman and the 56 of Chris Kaiser. John Herr Jr., your leader, going through turn number 4. He's being reeled in by the 67 of Mike Killian, but Killian's car smoking badly as he comes down the front straight. Killian making a move to the inside of Herr. It's still Herr, Killian, Seitz, the number 5, the 454 of Radoka, the 107 of Sirokach, and Fetterman getting together on the back straight. Sirokach going down over the little bank on the back straight. Fetterman able to keep it straight, and he keeps the car underway, but that'll bring out the yellow flag with 4 laps complete. It's still John Herr, Mike Killian, Kirby Seitz, Mike Radoka. There you see the 107 of Joe Sirokach coming back onto the speedway. It's John Herr Jr., leader, with 4 laps down. Mike Killian running second, Kirby Seitz third, Mike Radoka fourth, Tom Snyder fifth. The green flag is out. Bob Strimick in the number 5 running sixth. Now Mike Killian moves out into the lead. Radoka making a move on the outside of Herr as they go down the back straight. It's Killian, Radoka, John Herr, and we have a spin on the back straight. That's the 3 of Tom Snyder losing the handle over there in the back straight. Killian brings the field down to complete lap number 5, and the yellow flag will go out for the number 3 of Tom Snyder. The track is cleared. Your leader is the 67 of Mike Killian. He's followed by the 454 of Mike Radoka, the 7H of John Herr. Then it's Terry Fetterman, Kirby Seitz, Joe Sirokach, Bob Stremick, and Tom Snyder rejoining the rear of the field. Mike Killian moves out into the lead. Killian having some problems there in turn number 2 and down the back straight now. Mike Radoka to the inside of Killian as they come through turn number 4. But Killian able to keep the number 67 in the lead, so it's still Killian, Radoka, Herr, Fetterman, Seitz, Joe Sirokach, Snyder, and Stremick. Killian out in front in that number 67. And he comes down the front straight to get the white flag from our starter. So it's Killian, Radoka, our opening day feature winner. Then it's John Herr and Fetterman, and they get together over there in turn number 2. Now down the back straight, Fetterman moves into the 3rd spot. John Herr back to 4th. And here comes your leader, and your winner will be the number 67 of Mike Killian. He'll be followed by Mike Radoka, Terry Fetterman, John Herr, Tom Snyder, Kirby Seitz, Joe Sorokoch, and Bob Stremick. So that's the way they finish here in the third street stock qualifying event.
John Kerr Jr. Fifth, the number 3, Tom Snyder, and 6th spot, 21, Kirby Snyder. On the equipment is coming in.
Consolation starting on the pole will be the 327 of Pete Sikora, then it's the 107 of Joe Sorokoch, the 98 of Butch Kennedy, the 112 of Mark Miller, the number 5. That is the 94 of Charlie Sorokoch, the 51 of Toby Krzyzarzik, the 56 of Chris Kaiser, the 77 of Mark Kaufman, the 33 of Jack Krzyzarzik, the 157 of Andy Fayash, the 25 of Brian Caceres, and it's the number 3 of Mark Nafsinger, the 42 of Ken Klinger, the 49 of Mario Donati, and the 13 of Jack Blasco. As they go down the front straight, it's Pete Sikora, your leader, followed by the 107 of Joe Sorokoch. Then it's the 94 of Eichenberg, and the number 5 and the 51 of Toby Krzyzarzik. Then it's the 112 of Mark Miller. We have 2 laps completed still. Pete Sikora, your leader. Joe Sorokoch running second. Third is Charlie Eichenberg. We have 3 laps complete in the street stock Consolation. Your leader comes down to complete lap number 4. The halfway sign is out. It's still Pete Sikora, Joe Sorokoch, Charlie Eichenberg, the number 5 of Bob Stremick, the 51 of Toby Krzyzarzik, then it's Andy Fayash, Butch Kennedy, and Mark Miller. Sikora coming down to complete lap number 4, and we have 2 cars in the fence. It's Andy Fayash in the 157 and the 98 junior of Butch Kennedy up here in turn number 4. So that'll bring out the yellow flag with 5 laps completed.
Andy Fayash got hooked up there with the 98 of Butch Kennedy.
Back is clear, your leaders. Pete Sikora, followed by Joe Sorokoch, Charlie Eichenberg, Toby Krzyzarzik, Mark Miller. Then it's the number 5 of Bob Stremick. Joe Sorokoch on the outside of Pete Sikora as they go down the back straight. Sorokoch and Sikora battling side by side. And coming down the front straight to get the 2-lap sign is going to be Joe Sorokoch, not Charlie Eichenberg, coming to the outside of Sikora as they go down through turns number 1 and 2. It's still Sorokoch now. Charlie Eichenberg takes over second. Sikora loops the car. Toby Krzyzarzik hitting him head on. The 77 of Kaufman getting sideways as Krzyzarzik and Sikora made hard contact on the back straight. You can see Toby Krzyzarzik stopping down here on the infield. The car heavily damaged. Toby Krzyzarzik getting out the car. So he's okay. And over on the back straight, Pete Sikora getting out of his car, so he looks to be okay.
Started racing with us in one line, moving into the street stop.
51 of Toby Krzyzarzik and a 327 of Pete Sikora being towed off the speedway as they hit head-on over on the back straight. The white and the checker, Joe Sorokoch is your leader, followed by Charlie Eichenberg. Then it's Mark Miller, Bob Stremick, Butch Kennedy, Jack Krzyzarzik. Then it's Kaufman, Nafsinger, and Cresarius. That's the way they're running right now. The 77 of Kaufman getting high over in turn number 2, but he keeps the car going. So that'll keep things underway as Joe Sorokoc gets the white flag. It's Sorokoc, Eichenberg, Stremick, Kennedy, Miller, Krzyzarnik, Knapsinger, and Casarius as they go through turn number 2 and down the back straight. Joe Sorokoc in the 107 opening up a little bit of a lead now as they come through turn number 4. The checkered flag is out for your winner, Joe Sorokoc, and it's Charlie Eichenberg. Then it's Stremick, the 98 of Kennedy, the 33 of Krzyzarnik, the 3 of Knapsinger, the 25 of Casarius, and the 112 of Mark Miller. So that's the way they finish in the street stock consolation event.
Third, 98 with Kennedy fourth. 33, Jack McGarvey is finished in the fifth. Mark Knapsinger to 3 is finished. 25, Ryan Pastor Ryan finishes in 7 o'clock.